Testing. Alright, we are here with round 15 of the season of the JKeSports F1 Racing League. We are at the Singapore Grand Prix. It is a 23 turn, 5 kilometer, 3.1 mile track. Like the fastest lap race record is held by Kevin Magnussen at 1 minute 42.3 seconds. Last year's 2019 actual F1 winner was Sebastian Vettel. Last race winner in the JKeSports League was Mark of Kenya. He is currently 7th in the point standings, as the points championship rundown is Scavney in first place. He has 216 points. Hildebeest is in second. Sam Barrett third. Captain Schmeg is in fourth. Brian Mosser in fifth. Braylow is in sixth. Mark of Kenya in seventh. Chris Money eighth. Johnny 5 in ninth, after his initial podium last week. And in 10th is Charging Lamp. On the constructor side, Alfa Romeo is 61 points clear of Mercedes. Renault in third, long way behind them. They're almost 80 points behind Mercedes for third. AlphaTauri in 4th, Racing Point 5th, Ferrari 6th, Red Bull 7th, Haas, Williams, and McLaren finishing up the top 10. As we've got Sam Barrett exiting the pit lane, Conman out on an out lap already. It's a longer course, it might get less qualifying laps from everyone. It takes a long time to get around this track on a fast lap, let alone an out lap, and then back on your in lap. So let's hope everyone gets good bankers, make an exciting run for the last few laps. I need to get my screen set up here. Leader there. Alright. Conman is the first one that will cross the line. He's a good ways ahead of Sam. And looks like Brian is behind Sam. Yep. Brian goes ahead of Sam, lets him around. Conman's coming around to the start his flying lap. Here we go, smooth around that. Here he comes, across the line. Down into the slow speed first sector. Someone trying to get out of the way there. Look like Braylo or Isolate in the Racing Point. The other Racing Point comes out as Brian behind starts his flying lap. 27.3 in the first sector for Conman. Here comes Brian. Looks like this Racing Point needs to help get out of the way there. Looks like Brian on the medium. The Racing Point does dive out of the way. 27.3 as well for Brian in Sector 1. We'll go back with Conman. He's coming around to complete Sector 2 at 1:05. So most everyone's already on their flying laps. I'll try to keep up with who's coming across the line best. Conman through the third sector with the left, right, left. 90-degree section. Comes around the final corner. Puts a 1:38.5 for fastest lap so far as the first one to complete a lap. As here comes Brian around turn 20, 21. Into the final two turns, 22, 23. Looks like a Racing Point hits the wall going into the pits. As Mosser goes 1:38, and Barrett right behind with a 1:35.8 for a 2-second advantage. He is on the soft tires. Brian Mosser was on medium tires. They've got Haas. Oh, I've got to find out who these guys are. Their names. Where is the list of drivers? There's not one. Okay. These must be reserves. I am not sure what their names are. Got Braylo, Pit, H. I'm not sure who these guys' names are, so I'll just have to call them by their tags for now. The reserves. We got Vinsky and Isolate back on out laps. I believe the rest of the field probably on in laps after setting base times. Here comes Braylo around the third sector. He gets out of the way. He goes fifth fastest with a 138.5. Sam Barrett's 135.8 looks like a pretty good time so far. For third and fourth place, and seventh and eighth so far on the medium compound. We've got, looks like everybody's on. He's behind. Looks like Cam. He's also behind. So we'll go in this order. Everyone's on in laps again. There's a spin here in sector 2, looks like. Vinsky, Alfa Romeo coming around the final sector. Turn 21, 22. Turn 23 onto the front stretch to start his flying lap. His con man's back on an out lap. Isolate, Cam, Hirsch, and Diego all on out laps. Looks like they're all right there too, as Vinsky gets by there pretty smooth. Sector 1. .28.0 sector 1, not too bad, a little off the pace of Brian, and fourth place was the one I saw. Little wiggle there out of turn 9. Back to turn 10, back to the right, 11. Here comes to one of the trickier braking points for the hard hairpin, low gear. Nail it out of the straight. Down Esplanade Drive. Into another hard right turn. Looks like he's got a pretty smooth sector 2 going. Really gotta attack the curbs. As he comes around the final corners. Everyone getting their out laps. Looks like everyone's going to try to get 3 qualifying laps in. The way it's running right now as Vinsky comes across the line with a 141.3. As here comes Isolate with Flair around the line to complete their lap. It'll be a 141.2, good for P10. Cam 103.3. He puts up a purple sector 2. He's on a good flying lap. Looks like Hirsch, Diego behind. We'll watch Cam finish his first lap. Timed lap. So here he comes around the final bend. Puts up a 135.8, which is good for P1 for Cam by 0.046 seconds. We'll go back to Hirsch. Diego. Well, we'll watch Diego first and come complete his lap. He got a 135.8 on pole. So here comes Diego, 141.4. It's P13. Here comes, no, it's K-Dog, 142. He's coming around, looks like Sam. Hirsch to finish his first flyer. 139.8 for P12. Those top two look like the Mercedes of real life going on out here. So we got cross line there was Braylo or Isolate. Here goes Coxey cross the line. Here comes Scavney. He's on a good flyer. It said he was under the delta. Not sure if that's just his delta. Crosses the line. P3 did improve his lap time, but still P3. As he pulls well off track to let Cam go. As Cam goes into the pit lane. We've got a yellow. Who's that? Looks like Isolate. Spins. Very slow. And watch. It's Diego coming around. You believe he's on an in lap. So after two flying laps for almost everyone, as he ducks into the pits. So we'll see if K-Dog is going to go for another flyer, or finish her flyer at 141.5. It's P15. Does improve her lap time by quite a bit. This is a tough track for really anybody. It's tight, long, a lot of turns. 23 corners. Not really any of them very easy. As we'll see who else is on the track. We got Vinsky. He's going into the pit lane. We got Coxey also going into the pit lane. Conman right behind him going into the pits. Braylo. That's Isolate going into the pit lane. There's Hirsch. Looks like Sam. Sam comes around the final corner to complete his next flyer. 135.3. Takes pole position back from Cam by 0.4 of a second. As here comes Brian. He was in the pits. Scavney also ducks into the pits. So I leave most everyone back in the pits to get a final set of tires for one more run at the qualifying. So here's Johnny on an out lap. Is anyone else? I believe everyone else is on in laps as Sam just completed his lap. K-Dog completed hers. Everyone else on out laps. Here we go. We'll start with old H-Tag. Ho-Tag? I don't want to call you Ho-Tag. That's... we'll just call you H. Starts his second, probably third flying lap. He's in P8 at the moment. We got Johnny behind him on track and in the standing so far. As there you get the overhead view. Kind of like that view. Wish you had a little more control of which view you could watch, but their broadcast view ends up working. We'll go on board for a little while into the hard braking zone. Second gear, hard left turn. Turn 13, here's down to Esplanade. Back to the right, turn 14. Start sector 3. Flat out 15 to the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Hard left, right, right, left. Bunch of 90 degrees in the third sector. Looks like he handles it well. Hit the little bits of curb you need to hit. Steady gear. There he comes around to the line. He's going to run a 137.7. 1 second better on his time. Gets 6th place. Johnny 5 moves up to 8th place with a 0.4 improvement on his lap. So we've got a train through sector 3. There's a big old bunch of cars. You got Braylo and Vinsky and Coxey. As Coxey comes around to start in front of everyone else. Good start to the lap. Smooth left. You got a bunch, looks like Vinsky. Vinsky stops on the track. He might have crashed. Big yellow there. We'll see what he's... Nope, now he's back moving. Must have spun out of the final corner. Easy to do there. It is... Oh, I forgot who I was on. Crap. Yeah, we'll find who's next across the line. Looks like Conman. No, that was Diego. Here's everyone starting their final flyers. There's a lot of slow driving on the track at the moment. Let's find. Maybe that's Johnny. He's flying. Looks like he's going for another. He will cross the line to start another lap. He runs a 1:37.5. Ups him to P6. If he keeps on, he can get his final lap in if he keeps driving it. As H goes into the pits. So we'll go Coxey's next behind. Comes around, beautiful turn there. Hit 1:36.6 up to P3 on a huge improvement on his time. Looks like the track's coming in. As Cam crosses the line to start his final flyer, as there's 30 seconds until checkered flag. Brian Mosser looks like he's going to duck back into the pit lane. Conman as well. As Isolate starts a final flyer before the flags. Vinsky coming around. He's in P12. Nope. Looks like Vinsky's calling it a lap. And Diego on a flyer. He takes the first checkers of the... Moves him up to P12 with a big improvement on his time. There's Johnny. Johnny's on an in-lap. We've got Scavney on a flyer. He's a 10th down on his time through Sector 2. Looks like a purple Sector 2 for Scavney. As he comes into the final sector. Takes the left-right to the right-left. Back to a left-hand bend to come around the final turn. He runs a 1:36.6. Puts him P4, still by 2 thousandths behind Coxey for P3. As Coxey pits in as well, so he's left on the track. We've got Isolate. Looks like he's well off his pace. Diego looks like about Cam is the last one. He's gonna pit. And I think that's it. So there's your order for this qualifying. There's the order for the qualifying. You got Sam in first, Cam second by 5.586. And then Coxey in third, Scavney fourth, Brian Mosser fifth, Conman sixth, Johnny 5, 7th, H in 8th, Stiznap, Zap, says Zap, we'll call him Zap. In 9th, Isolate 10th, Braylo 11th, Diego 12th, Vinsky 13th, Hirsch 14th, K-Dog 15th. That's those bottom 6. Bottom 5, 11 through 15th, will get free tire choice for the race. The top 10 must start on the tire they qualified on. So a good run for Sam in the Renault. for Sam in the Renault. He finished. Looks like he didn't make it last race. Nope, that's Hungary. No, it's not Italy. So yeah, 134.9 for Sam Barrett. That was a hell of a lap. Half second up on second place. Nearly 2 seconds up on third and fourth. We'll see if it translates into race pace, as we've got 15 drivers here in the Singapore Grand Prix. We're getting ready to go to the race session. Give everyone a couple minutes to get strategies, setups. Well, your setups are set for Parc Ferme, but do take a break after qualifying. Let everyone get their scruples, make sure they get the strategy they like. I'm gonna go get myself a soda. Hopefully be back before the start. Here we go. Just in time for the end of the formation lap. Here we go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. No lights. Race time. As a Looks like a good getaway for Sam. Cam Coxey also got away well. Sam into the first turn. We'll go back through the field a little. Con man hanging in position. Looks nice and clean through turn 1 and 2. Sam gets him down into turn 4. 5. Oh, as a yellow comes out, looks like Con man must have spun. I didn't catch it. It brings out a full course yellow. As Cam was right alongside Sam for the lead. So full course safety car. Let's see if anybody pits. See if they want to try and stretch a one-stopper from lap 1. Oh, I always do that. That's the safety car. So, lap 1, a little spin, looked like Con man spun, bringing out a full course safety car. Sam comes into sector 3, 31 lap race here in Singapore. One of the city tracks on the F1 circuit, along with now Vietnam, Monaco, and Baku in Azerbaijan. But Sam does duck into the pit lane. Cam does not. Looks like we got a few takers for the pits. Sam Coxey, Ryan Mosser, Isolate stays pits, I mean. Also Zap. A lot of action in the pit lane. With Cam and K-Dog. So only 2 cars really stayed out. Looks like Coxey gets the jump in the pit lane. On Zap comes out in 4th. A heck of a move. Must have had wing damage. Brian Mosser to 5th. Conman to 6th. Scabney 7th. Uh-oh. What's going on? Did I do it again? I'm not sure how it's scoring right now. Cam should be in the lead, I thought. He is behind the safety car. Oh, so now it's, it's gonna be doing that. I'll say, okay. Now I think the run on rundown is correct again. It's Cam. And Scabney did not pit, I believe. Oh, okay. A bunch of people didn't pit. I'm gonna count that up to just server lag between mine and everyone else's, I guess. It looked like way more than 6 people hit the pit lane. Looks like Brian Mosser got the bad end of it, being double stacked with his teammate. So he drops down to 14th place. And Sam from the pole position is down to 13th place. Braylo up 10 spots, almost, for lap 1. So we're now lap 3. Cam leads them around turn 1, 2, 3. Slow sector before you get into turn 4 here, the little tiny bend. Down to the right hand, turn 5. This is Raffles Boulevard. Hopefully safety car should be in this lap. Here comes the turn 8. Sharp right-hander. Move back to the left. Singapore known as the most demanding physically on the drivers. It's a long race, long track, a lot of turns. The long straights aren't really super long. As they take the hard left, turn 13. The safety car will be in this lap. So Cam now in control of the pace, as he lets the safety car get away a little bit. Coming around the final sector. Here comes a turn 18. Still pretty close to the safety car, but he's on the softs, fresh. See the bottom 6 there, 10th to 15th pitted. See if the fresh rubber helps. So comes green flag, green flag. Oh, and Diego spins in the back there. Looks like everyone else gets through. Conman did not. I believe they hit each other. Some kids. Cam still up front. Scavney in second. Johnny, and it looks like Vinsky spins, bringing out a yellow in sector 1. Cam hanging on to the half a second advantage. Scavney right on him though. Johnny 5 up to 3rd. H in 4th. Braylo 5th. A little wiggle from Braylo there. Here's Cam down to the hard left-hander. Turn 13, laid it back on the gas. As we got a yellow in sector 2. Looks like Zap falling down some places. Cam leading a pack of 5 that seemed pretty tight still after the restart. Cam, Scavney, Johnny 5 right on each other. H in 4th, Braylo 5th. Falling behind a little bit, but hanging with the front pack. As we come into final sector 3. Looks like Cam will set fastest lap of the race here. At a 1:43 so far. And there's a sector 3 yellow again. It's one of the McLarens. Sam Barrett runs a fastest lap. He went from 13th to 8th in 1 lap so far. He is your pole sitter with the most pace. Cam was second. Scavney hanging on. No DRS yet. I believe that's the only DRS zone on this track. Maybe the front straight. I haven't raced here in a while. I don't remember quite correctly. That's a good view of that turn. Johnny, H, Braylo. Hirsch catching up to the pack. Coxey catching behind him, and Sam right behind Coxey going for the move. Coxey holds him off for now into the hard, excuse me. A hard turn 13, there you go, that's what I was trying to say. There's Hirsch, Coxey, and Sam. Good little train for 6th, 7th, and 8th there. think they're all catching the front and a little bit of pace. Brian Mosser also moving up after the restart. Cam pulls away from Scamney. He's just running smooth laps. Johnny 5 keeping the pressure on. That little battle might be helping Cam get away. As Braylo is right on the back of H. Cam sets fastest lap, 143.2. DRS now enabled. So Conman takes a penalty. Braylo trying to get around H for 4th place. Looks like he has a peak down the inside or outside. It's just tight here. Hard to get good places to pass. Almost need the DRS assist. As he's got it now, he pulls to the outside. Inside, they touch a little, I think. He runs him a little bit wide. But does get the pass complete? Yes, he does. I believe H might have let him go a little bit on that. Because we've got another yellow, sector 3. Conman does retire from the race. He will finish in 15th place. So we've got Braylo and H as Sam passes Hirsch for 6th. As there's a tight battle here. It's between Hirsch, Coxey. Coxey takes the inside. Looks like he got better traction out of the corner. And on the long straight, looks like he's going to have to take the outside line there. They very tight racing. Good battle between Hirsch and Coxey. They're letting Sam get away. Sam is catching H for 5th place. As this battle is tight, they are almost touching through every corner. Cam sets another fastest lap of the race. Mosser just kind of conserving, it seems like, behind these two, watching the Sam spins. What happened there? Sam must have spun. As Johnny and Scavney go into the pit lane and Isolate also into the pit lane. So we've got a yellow in sector 3. I believe that was Isolate. As Cam takes big lead, 6 seconds now. Other people pitting. Scavney and Johnny pitted from 2nd and 3rd, so that puts Hirsch up to 4th. That might have thrown Sam off from what he was trying to do there. Is Hirsch, Coxey, Brian Mosser still got their 3-car train. Zap catching up. Looks like Sam's right behind him already. Might have just been a little mistake from him for a spin or something. This is AlphaTauri's racing each other. Nice, respectful team racing. Trying to get the move done on Hirsch so they can get up toward podium spots. Here they come to turn 14. On lap 7 already. Cam well out front. Still needs to pit. As there has been one safety car so far. It looks like Zap and Sam all caught up. That's a tight battle between all of these. Sam and Zap. Coxey, Brian Mosser gets around Coxey. As H ducks into the pits to free them all up. So Brian Mosser got the jump there on Coxey to try to chase down Hirsch. And H is in the pits. Braylo in 2nd. Cam in the lead by 7.7 seconds. Braylo 2nd. He's kind of just cruising, looks like. So we've got Hirsch, Brian Mosser, Coxey, Zap and Sam side by side again. Down into, what's that, turn 8, turn 9. Just looking for any kind of room, any kind of run. This is the tightest battle on the track. There's almost nowhere to go. It's he gets ahead of him. There's another car right there as a Sector 3 yellow. Looks like Vinsky spins again. Coming out of turn 22, 21, I mean. Ooh, Zap looks like he got a little tap from Sam. He spins. He spins. Looked like there was no help spin though. He spun on his own, I believe. And we'll hold on to 7th place. Didn't look like any damage. Sam in 6th now. Frees up a little bit of room to try to run down Coxey as Brian Mosser has caught Hirsch for 3rd. See if he can get the move done. Here we go down the front straight for lap 9. DRS open. Goes to the inside. Spins out. I don't know. Almost gets hit by his teammate. Keeps it going. That was a good donut spin. Bad spin, but a good save with the donut. Looks like his tires are hot now. He's sliding a little bit. He might have to pit again. I'm sure he'll have to pit again. I don't know if you're trying to stretch the tires that long. It's Coxey up to 3rd. Mosser hangs on to 4th. And Sam does pit again. He is now down to 12th again. And see if he's going to march back through the field with that blistering pole position pace he had. Half a second on 2nd and nearly 2 seconds on the field. As Coxey's catching Hirsch now. As Cam pits, falls to 9th. Sorry, I didn't notice that. Braylow takes the lead. As Coxey takes 2nd, gets a little wiggle out, but has enough power to get it done. Hirsch can't really fight back now. So Braylow in the lead on lap 9. 4 seconds clear. We're going to see who's pitted so far. Braylow has not, Hirsch has not, K-Dog has not, and Diego has not. So a few strategies going here. As there's 9-year-old tires to 7-year-old hard, or 7-lap-old tires for Coxey. As Hirsch does drop into the pits. Johnny 5 puts in fastest lap. Running in 6th place now. Coxey trying to run down Braylow. Hirsch 3rd, Zap 4th. Covers after his spin. Scavney gets around Johnny 5 for 5th. Johnny keeps it close. He's going to be right with him. That's a tight battle. Let's have that overtake or possibly DRS, as he might have been behind before. Cam back up to 7th after a pit stop. He was your early leader. K-Dog in 8th place. From the back of the grid, good run for her. As Isolate picks up a penalty. Diego in 9th place. Good opening run for him. I believe this is his league debut. Sam Barrett, pole sitter, now in 10th. His H is behind him in 11th place. As he was running toward the front, Brian Mosser, now in 12th. I believe he might have pitted again after he spun. His tires were pretty cooked. It was Vinsky, 13th, far behind the pack. He's had a couple little yellows for him so far. And there's Isolate with Flair, who I believe caused the first caution. Or not caution, first yellow that was not a safety car. This Conman caused that, I believe. Now here's that, who has caught up with Hirsch. Cam runs fastest lap of the race, a 1:41.0. That smashes the official race record. That's nearly a 1.5 seconds faster than the official race record. Conman leaves the session. Zap does get the pass done for third place. Leave Hirsch falling off a little bit. Coxey's tracking down the leader. He's got pace and a little bit newer tires, new hard tires. As Braylo has the medium tires, which he likely started the race on, as he started from back. Yes, he started 14th. As he, Hirsch, Diego, and K-Dog, the only ones to not stop. Brian Mosser has stopped twice, as has Sam, now down in 9th. There you go, we'll see how far behind the leader everyone is. Coxey, there's a yellow flag. No, yellow flag's gone. Just a slow car for a second. Looks like it was Diego. Braylo leading now by a second. Coxey tracking him down. He's got the DRS. Helps him gain a couple tenths down the front straight. Zap in third. Johnny 5 up to 4th. Scavney 5th. Cam 6th. Hirsch 7th. As Hirsch loses a few spots, he should probably pit soon unless he's trying to stretch it. Possibly try to pull a one-stop with some hard tires. We should probably make that move pretty soon, though, as Cam, and Scavney must be battling it out. As Cam gets by, I believe, and he says he did, and he's now well clear. He missed that move. Scavney a little wiggle there. Definitely lets Cam get away. Cam's trying to track down the front again. As Braylo's keeping a decent pace. Coxey's got him in the DRS zones though. Brings it down to 4 tenths. Looks like he's right on him. And into sector 3 with the 90-degree turns. It's Mosser back into the points for 10th place. Coxey right on Braylo for the lead. He's putting the pressure. 4 tenths. Good wide exit there. Almost brushes the wall. Taking advantage of the corner cutting rules. That's a great run down the outside. Doesn't get it done. Braylo holds him off for now. He's gonna run. Excuse me. Coxey does get the move done there. And Zap sneaks up and around Braylo as well in the same corner. Good move. He's definitely got the fresher tires. Braylo may have to pit as Cam gets around Johnny for 4th. They both got the medium tires. They may have to pit again. That might be strategy involved because you can run softs at the end. For 1, for a lot more pace, and for 2, to try to get that extra point for fastest lap of the race, which could be crucial at the end of the season. As Braylo does duck into the pit lane, he'll lose a couple spots, at least, as Cam and Johnny right behind. He'll probably drop to 8th or 9th. Let's watch his pit stop. Racing Point team gets the new hard tires on. Good stop there. Sam Barrett runs fastest lap on hard tires. Braylow back out on the track. Zap and Coxey. Looks like definite wing damage for Zap. I must have just missed that. Some contact between Coxey and Zap. As Coxey is in the lead. Zap gonna be falling behind with wing damage. Cam, Johnny still pretty close together. So Zap is almost certainly going to have to pit this time by. And that's the hard thing about this track. You get any kind of contact, it's a long way around if you're not right by the pit lane. As Braylow comes out of the pits in 8th place. He's right behind Mosser. Looks like Mosser will get a little distance on him. Johnny trying to hang with Cam. They're both catching Zap with the broken wing. Who's going to have to pit? He's almost certainly going to get past here in these tight sections, or it's going to slow Cam down. Cam is right on him, waiting. He gets the inside move there. That'll help. Zap moves out of the way for Johnny as well. Just a good, respectful move. They let Cam come in. Zap hits the pit lane. So that leaves Coxey at about the halfway point of the race with about a 3.5 second lead. Johnny 5, Cam in 2nd, Johnny 5 3rd, Scavney in 4th. Sam Barrett catching back up after his pit stops. He's in 5th place. Zap comes out in 8th after his pit stop. Brian Mosser in 6th, Braylow 7th, H to 9th, Hirsch is in 10th, K-Dog 11th, Diego 12th, Vinsky 13th, Islate 14th. We are halfway through the JKeSports. Oh no, it looks like Coxey has no front wing end plates now. Unless that's just my screen. Those were definitely pieces flying. As Isolate picks up the penalty. Oh, he's definitely got no end plates, so he's going to be super slow. This Cam is gaining a lot. Looks like Johnny. Oh, Johnny just must have lost a little pace as Cam's catching Coxey. Like I said, it's a long way around if you're not near the pit lane, as Coxey will almost certainly pit this lap. His new tires will make it to the end for him. He'll probably have to go mediums. Cam right on him for the lead again. As Sam gets by Scavney for 4th. Coxey does not pit with damage. Interesting. I don't understand why you wouldn't pit. You can lose so much time around this track. As Scavney hits the pit lane for a pit stop. It's Brian Mosser to 6th now. Braylow right on him. As Coxey's trying to hang with Cam, but with no end plates, I don't know how you can get it done. The DRS may help. Maybe he's just trying to hang on for another lap or two to stretch his strategy. Scavney drops to 9th with his pit stop. Comes out behind old H. Braylow is hanging with Mosser with DRS. Looks like a good battle there. He does take 5th. Does he have the braking zone? He does not. Mosser will take 5th back. Into the hard right there. Turn 14. Nope, that's turn 8. The opposite of turn 14. Both hard rights, but on different streets, I suppose. It looks like that's the closest battle on the track at the moment, between Braylow and Brian for 5th place. And Sam steadily catching the front, as he was your pole sitter. We're going to check and see who's got pit stops. Everyone has made their pit stops. We'll see who can stretch it to the end. We've got 15 more laps. Cam with 7-lap-old tires. Coxie in second with 14-lap-old tires. Looks like Johnny and Sam both catching up to Coxie now with the broken wing. Looks like Diego might have dropped out. Johnny right up to Coxie now. Scavney passes H for 8th. Braylo and Brian still tight together. Johnny and Sam catching up to Coxie for 2nd place. This Coxie looks like he's ghosted now. Is Sam in 3rd, going for the move on Johnny. He does have the DRS, but Johnny has the line. Tries the crossover. As Diego comes back, looks like Sam's just got the pace, and Johnny wisely lets him go without too much trouble. And Sam takes 2nd, 9 seconds behind Cam. Coxie coming around. Let's see if he pits this time. He does pit this time. He will have we'll see which tire compound he goes with. As we'll see, Brian might beat him out. He definitely needs the wing change too. He's going with a medium compound tire. The AlphaTauri team getting the wing back on. He's clear to go. He goes. As Zap sets the fastest lap for the Haas team. He's up to 5th place. Coxie in the pit. Brian Mosser back in the pit. And they double stacked again. Bad luck for Brian. I think I believe that's twice that's happened in this race. We'll go back to the front as Cam still leading. Sam, your pole sitter, 2nd. Johnny 5, 3rd. Looks like they've got some distance to 4th place. Braylo as Isolate takes a penalty. Zap in 5th. Scavney 6th. Coxie 7th. H is in 8th. Brian Mosser 9th. Diego now in 10th. Hirsch in 11th. Isolate 12th. K-Dog in 13th. Vinsky in the pits now. He is in 14th. And Sam crosses line. We're on lap 19 of 31 now. Here's Cam. Your leader by 8.8 seconds. He's keeping about 8 to 9 second gap to Sam. Looks like it's calmed down. I believe there will have to be a few more pit stops. As Zap sets fastest lap again, and Isolate takes a big penalty. And a sector 2 yellow flag. Yeah, it was Isolate. As Coxie takes a 3-second penalty. That could be big. That could be big at the end of the race. I'm not sure who all has pending penalties. I believe just Coxie and Isolate. Vinsky might have gotten one earlier. And Sam cuts a 2nd out of the lead. Johnny 5 and 3rd. My long stop. Here comes Zap. He's caught Braylo. Looks like Braylo almost outbreaks himself there. Zap trying to get around clean as he can. Let's Isolate back in the pit lane. I don't know if Zap's going to be able to get that move done. Now he will as he gets a little DRS. assist and gets the move done around the outside of turn 14. Good move, Zap. Braylo still, good run for Braylo in 5th. He can stretch his tires to the end. He'll probably get a few points as Sam goes to the lead. Cam comes in for his final pit stop. Does he put soft? He puts another set of mediums for the final 11 laps, as that gives Sam the lead by 10 seconds over Johnny. So Cam had a good distance as he comes out between Johnny and Zap in 3rd. We've got some big gaps going on now. Here's Coxie with the closest gap, trying to catch Scabney for 6th place. Not quite in the DRS range yet. But he does set a yellow first sector, if that map is accurate. Which I wouldn't doubt. Coxie's got good pace. A lot of drivers in this league do. As he is now within the DRS zone. And there it's open. Not too long of a straight there to get a whole lot of help if you're that far back. He's caught him. He's only a half second behind now. Looks like they're both catching Braylo a little bit. Oh no, as Braylo spins there. Johnny 5 catches a penalty. Some big time penalties for a few of the top drivers. Johnny 5 in 2nd. 3 seconds could cost him a lot by the end of this race, as they were pretty tight. I think once all the pit stops cycle around, this could be a very tight race for the podium. Excuse me. Braylo ducks into the pit lane there. He comes out in 10th place. Coxie's still trying to catch and pass Scabney for 5th. Zap. Excuse me, damn. Oh, sorry about that. Cam has caught Johnny for 2nd. Johnny ducks into the pit lane. He must need new rubber to finish these last 9-10 laps. Cam free to set his sights on Sam. Zap moves up to 3rd. He keeps setting fastest laps of the race, 140.5 now. He's got 7 seconds to catch on Cam. He was 18 seconds behind Sam. Could possibly make it to the end of the race. Cam certainly can. Sam's going to have 22-lap-old tires. But he was your pole sitter, so maybe he can stretch it. I'm sure he's got the pace to do it if he can hang on to those tires. Who's H and Diego with the one-stop strategy. K-Dog also with one stop so far. 11th, Isolate. Visky fighting for 13th down there. Has Zap up 6 spots. The biggest gainer so far in the Haas, as Braylo gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It will likely be served right now. It's Coxie. Right on the back of Scabney with the DRS assist. Gets the inside line, but cannot pull a move. It's tough to get around that corner too wide. If you ain't got it by the entry, you're probably not going to make that pass. But Coxie's hanging right on him. Looks like the gaps between 1, 2, and 3 are pretty steady, so this battle for 4th place could be the best battle on the track for now. Certainly. There's pretty big gaps everywhere else, so we'll stick with this battle. So, looks like some rain's starting to fall. I did not notice that from the broadcast view, so it's definitely going to shake things up with 8 laps to go. We've got a little bit of sprinkles coming. Looks like it's going to be more than sprinkles. That's definitely wet. We've got a sector 1 yellow. That went away pretty quick. Maybe just a little wall tap as we get to the heavy brake. Hard left. Back to the hard right. There's a lot of 90-degree turns on this track. There's a lot of turns, a lot of physically demanding G's on the body. Not in the video game, but in real life. Singapore is very physically demanding. Coxie's still trying to track down Scabney. Kind of wonder if these guys are all going to try to... Oh, as he taps the wall. He taps the wall a little, so that's gonna knock a second off. He was within a half a second. So all that work, he's gonna have to try to catch back up. Cam still just steady driving for everyone. Sam up in the lead. Now 7 to go. Cam second place. He's catching a little bit. Isolate gets another penalty. Zap in 3rd. Looks like he's catching the lapped car of Vinsky. Got a few cars a lap down. From 10th back. K-Dog 10th place is a lap down. Looks like Sam is probably going to lap a few more cars before the end of this race. Zap with the 140.5. That's likely going to hold now that it started raining. It's a good quick lap for an extra point for Zap. Oh, there's a yellow. There's Isolate again. Yep, Isolate's slow in the final sector. Coxie's caught back up a little bit with trying to get back to Scabney again. Looks like H goes into the pit lane. And Diego as well. And there's that Isolate spins yet again. Coxie trying to get around. Scabney. Tough battle there between Coxie and Scabney. There's Diego and H both coming out of the pit lane. K-Dog gets by. For 8th place, Brian Mosser in 7th. Johnny 5 up to 6th. Looks like Cam still hanging on. Let's see if any of these pit stops. Here is Diego and H both putting on the intermediates. There's 6 to go. I think the front guys may just try to stretch the slicks all the way. If they're not too worn out, you can drive them as long as it doesn't get too wet. It's just all, can you hold the pace? Especially if others pit for the inters behind you and are quicker. You just have to hold them off. As soon as they Isolate, having a rough go today. Keeps getting some local yellows on him, as there's another. I believe that's Vinsky with a little spin. Sam comes around turn 18, 20, 19, 20, 21. Holding his gap pretty well to Cam. Zap to third. Looks like he's lost a bit of ground. Scavney as well. Scavney got loose. Coxey gets around. Looks like the rain's starting to affect some guys. As these older tires, as Sam goes into the pits for Inters. So that gives Cam the lead. But can he hold it with the slick tires as Isolate takes yet another penalty? He's got quite a few today. Sam comes out in second. Zap coming in for Haas in the third place. I believe his fastest lap will hold now. He's going to probably put on the Inters. They go with Inters. He gets a new wing. That's going to cost him probably fourth place. Probably not. He's coming in. Coxey in. Scavney, Johnny 5. Looks like everybody's coming into the pits this time. So Cam needs a heck of an outlap to hold. There's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. That's going to help everybody that's in the pit lane. That hurts Cam big time. And Brian Moss are the only two not on as Isolate. Is DNF now. That was turn 1. Nope, that must be gone now. The VSCs. Oh, and Vinsky gets a penalty. Virtual safety car over. So that probably hurt Cam the most, as everyone else was able to be in the pit lane or close to it, as Brian Mosser also comes in for the Inters. So now your leader Cam, the only one still with the slick tires on. There's 5 laps to go this time by. We'll see if he takes to the pit lane, as Sam is only 4 seconds behind and gaining huge amounts of time. Cam has to pit. I'm not sure. He does have wing damage as well, but he should still come out in second place, so this race is almost Sam's to lose, as he takes the pass for the lead before Cam even gets to the pit lane. So he will have a huge advantage on Cam. As there's a yellow flag in Sector 2 now. As there's been everyone at least 2 stops, some 3, some 4. So Cam makes that pit stop, gets a new wing. He's down and away. Good pit stop for the Red Bull team. Here comes Zap just now coming around the final corners. In the rain here, so 5 to go. As Hirsch picks up a penalty for corner cutting. As Zap does get by Cam coming out of the pit lane. So he's going to have to fight back for that position. He'll have 2 lap newer, fresher tires at the end for this little 5-lap sprint. Sam with a 34-second advantage now with the rain and everything. Cam into 3rd, Johnny 4th, Coxey 5th, Scavney hanging on to 6th. Decent run for your championship leader. Brian Mosser in 7th. He's had a long, hard race. Couple pit stops he probably didn't want. Diego in 8th. Good debut. H in 9th. K-Dog in 10th. Braylo 11th. Still Hirsch 12th. Vinsky 13th. There is penalty time pending, I'm sure, for a few drivers. I believe Braylo and Hirsch both have penalties. I'm not going to go look right now. It's 4 laps to go, 5 laps to go. Sam comes around to start lap 28. 4 laps to go now. See if Cam can catch back up and have a fight with Zap for that second place spot. It's Johnny holding on to fourth. Coxie gaining a little bit. There's a sector 2 yellow. That's Vinsky spinning. Looks like he'll get going. He retires from the session. So hopefully he gets his car out of the way and that doesn't cause anything. Here, we'll see. Yeah, he should be fine. Just a local yellow. Yep, there his car actually just disappeared on camera. So Sam, 4 laps to go. Huge lead. Cam 1.7 behind Zap. Looks like it's going to be a battle between them two. Maybe flip-flop a podium spot. Looks like Zap's getting away a little bit. Johnny 5. Good respectable run in 4th after he got his maiden podium last week in Italy. So 2 seconds now, the gap between Cam and Zap. Still the closest gap on the track. And Sam with a 37-second advantage. He did win pole by over 5/10. 3rd place was 1.7 behind him. So he definitely showed superior pace on this track. I'm not sure if he's won yet or... Yes, he has won. I see Sam has won at least at Spain. So here's at least his second win. It won't be his maiden victory, as Cam staying about 1.5, 2 seconds from Zap. Next week we'll be going to Russia for round 16 the JKeSports F1 Championship. Cam still 2 seconds behind. We got Scabney a couple seconds behind. Looks like everyone's gaps are staying pretty much the same as Braylo comes in for another pit stop. That will almost guarantee K-Dog and H and all them will stay in their point-paying positions. Scabney making a little bit of time on Coxie. I did not catch if they disabled DRS. I would think so. Usually when it's wet enough for everyone to be on inters, they would disable that. Scabney is now within DRS range though. So if Coxie has a busted wing, or doesn't look like it. He just had a wiggle. He's got a lapped car in front of him, it looks like. That is K-Dog. Yeah, that is K-Dog. Being lapped. She does the respectful thing, gets out of the way for those 2 lead lap cars, including her teammate, the championship leader, Scabney. It's within half a second of Coxie for 5th place, as there's only 2 laps to go now. This is the closest battle. Cam's falling back a little bit on Zap, so we'll hang out here. As Sam actually... Nope, that's Hirsch, okay. So Sam not too far behind, but here they go. Start their penultimate lap. Scabney, the 4/10 behind, trying to catch and pass Coxey for 5th place. Looks like the rain's coming down a little bit harder now. And Sam's lead has grown to 42 seconds. Just a dominating performance. The early safety car put him behind a little bit, but he stretched his pit stop, 2 stopped it right with the rain coming out. 3 stopped it, I mean. He had the 2 stop before the rain came out. Because I think most everyone tried to do the 2 stop before the rain caused an extra stop. As we're now on the final lap, Sam 44 seconds ahead. That's who? Yeah, K-Dog and H and Diego did only pull a 2 stop. So are they on there? No, they're on the inters as well. So good strategy to get some points for all 3 of them. As we've got a sector 2 yellow. Looked like that was Hirsch. It was Hirsch. As Sam just lapped Braylow again. Possibly, I believe he's 2 laps down now. We'll ride with the leader, Sam Barrett is your leader. He is in 3rd place in the points right now, and will take over 2nd place with the win. He'll still be well behind Scabney for the championship lead, though. He's in sector 3 now, coming around, takes the left-right, back to the right-left. 2 more corners to go, and Sam Barrett will be your Singapore Grand Prix champion. Checker flags flying, fireworks flying. Sam Barrett, your winner by a huge margin. That impressive run for him as he comes across the line. Oh no, not yet. That was somebody else. Sorry, that was Braylow a lap down. As now here comes Diego to cross the line for 8th place, a lap down with a 5-second penalty. So I don't know if old H can catch that. He does with the penalty. So here comes Zap around the corner. For 2nd place, he gets 2nd place. Cam a solid 3rd place. 5-second penalty for him. Will not matter. Johnny 5 is far enough behind at 3rd place. That penalty will stand, or will not affect his result. I mean, he's Johnny 5. If he has a penalty, this could cost him a lot. He's in 4th place at the line. Crosses at 4th. Here comes Scabney. Takes 4th by penalty. Here comes Coxey. Does not take the place by penalty, but it was close. Ryan Mosser coming around for 7th place. As K-Dog will cross the line for 10th place and 1 championship point. Well done, K-Dog. Here comes Brian Mosser, the final car to take the checkers, in 7th place. Good run for him. Oh, across the line. No, he's going to stop. He's going to back up. What's he doing? Don't get disqualified. He goes reverse style to cross the checker flag. 7th place, Brian Mosser. Well done. Good job. Driver of the day to the game says it was Zap. I can agree with that. He came from the back of the field. Also got fastest lap of the race. There's some podium celebrating with Sam and Zap. Cam in third. Good race, everybody. There you see Cam in third. Scavney for fourth by penalty over Johnny, who finished fourth on the road. Coxie holds on for sixth. Brian Mosser seventh. H finishes eighth in the Red Bull. Diego ninth. K-Dog picks up the final point. Fastest lap of the race goes to Zap with a 140.5. Braylo, Hirsch, Vinsky, Isolate, and Conman, the finishing order. 8. It's been fun again commentating for the JKeSports F1 League. I am Spaceman. Next week we will be in Russia. We'll see you then, everyone. Thanks for watching. Good night.